Have you ever stumbled across an old photo, text message, social media post, or memory, and immediately thought, what was I thinking? Maybe you remember an awkward conversation, a terrible fashion choice, a cringe social media post, or a phase of your life you'd rather forget. And suddenly, you feel embarrassed by a version of yourself that no longer exists. But here's the strange thing. What if cringing at your old self is actually one of the healthiest signs of personal growth? Psychology suggests that the people who cringe the most at their past are often the ones who are changing the fastest. So why does this happen? And what does that uncomfortable feeling really reveal about your mind? Let's find out. You cringe because you've changed.
The biggest reason you cringe at your old self is simple. You're no longer that person. When you look back at old behaviors, you're judging them using your current knowledge, maturity, and experience. The version of you that made those mistakes didn't know what you know today. But your brain compares the past version of yourself to who you are now, and that difference creates embarrassment. Ironically, if you never cringe at your old self, it may mean you haven't grown very much. Because growth changes your perspective. And when your perspective changes, your past suddenly looks different. Your brain updates your identity. Psychologists believe that your sense of identity is constantly evolving. You're not the exact same person you were 5 years ago, or even 1 year ago. Every experience changes how you see yourself. As your identity evolves, your brain starts distancing itself from old versions of you. That's why old memories can feel like they happened to someone else. It's almost as if you're watching a different character. And when that character does something embarrassing, you cringe. You're seeing the gap between then and now. Cringe is often created by contrast. The bigger the gap between your past self and present self, the stronger the cringe. Imagine someone who used to be extremely insecure. Now, they're confident. Looking back at old behaviors may feel painful, not because those moments were terrible, but because they highlight how much has changed. Your brain notices the distance between who you were and who you've become, and that awareness creates discomfort. 4. Social awareness has increased. Another reason old memories feel embarrassing is that your social awareness improves over time. As we grow older, we become better at understanding social situations. We recognize things we couldn't see before. Maybe a joke wasn't funny. Maybe a comment sounded awkward. Maybe we were trying too hard to impress people. At the time, you didn't notice. Now you do. And that's exactly why you cringe, because your understanding has evolved. 5. Your brain wants to protect you. Believe it or not, cringe serves a purpose. It's part of your brain's learning system. When you feel embarrassed about a past mistake, your brain is reminding you, don't repeat that behavior. It's a protective mechanism. Your brain uses emotional discomfort to reinforce learning. In other words, cringe is often proof that you've learned something valuable.